wanted to ask about the, consolidation, right? I'm sure there's probably going to be some people listening to this episode to hear like, are you guys selling? I know you're not, or at least I don't think you are, but everyone, there's a lot of consolidation in your market, and I'm sure you get offered
Gotcha.
all the time. So maybe just speak to that because it's always a topic of conversation within
Yeah.
kind of the packaging space.
Certainly a lot of news in the past year about these trends, right? And it always has been. I have an old PowerPoint presentation that I've given to customers before, which has a pie chart showing the production of paper by vendor in 1985 versus 2005. And there were easily 3 dozen different sources of paper that someone could choose from at that period of time, and now it is a very different landscape. There have been the sort of what was the big five is now the big three. I've done pretty well at not mentioning, brand specific names so far in this conversation, but Smurf Rock is very powerful. And IPGP, these guys control a lot of material. At the same time, there are, at least in my opinion, very, very powerful below the radar roll ups that are happening where slightly less commonly known names are acquiring facility after facility after facility after facility. And I'll leave their specifics out of this. Sorry. We do get solicitations every few months, every year, certainly. We've never really paid much attention to them because we just keep coming to work every day and doing our jobs. Um, um, but this has an important effect upon the landscape. And the traditional dichotomy of independent versus integrated is evolving. The integrateds remain enormous and powerful, and the independents are just disappearing or combining together. There are some very big, powerful independents out there. We are completely medium-sized, if not small. So it's happening. What does this mean for the future? You guys probably have your own thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I'll save them for a different episode, or trying to keep friends here.
Well, so one of the questions might be like, why is this happening? Why are these waves of consolidation? And I think this is a capital intensive, low margin business. I think it's tough. Making paper is expensive. Building a new paper mill is shocking amounts of money. And then you're taking your product out to the market and you're trying to use it in an internal system. And then some small percentage of it gets sold on the side to these irritating independents who think they deserve lower prices. Like, that's challenging. You know,
Yep, for sure. So, I mean, do you, before we started recording, you were talking about AICC. Are organizations like that important to you? Like, are they kind of helping you fight the fight on the independent side?
Um, I have very much benefited from my membership and learning in AICC over the years. I've only had very casual interactions with their sort of higher altitude political activities. Do they have a presence in Washington? Are they negotiating on the behalf of the independents in that context? I don't know as much about that, but the learning has been priceless. The meetings, the trade shows, very valuable. I mean, I certainly don't go to every single meeting. I don't have the social stamina for that, but it's going once or twice a year is good. And I'm going to be in Chicago for the upcoming annual meeting.